So go on YouTube, check out the stuff that I've collected that I'm sorting out from this year, 2020. So a suitcase, I need to fix or buy some locks, I guess. Learn how to make locks. There is the storage bin. I just want to try to make it into like an art shelf, artistic or something. Maybe build some acrylic panels for walls maybe, and make a terrarium or lizard enclosure. And there's pretty good hiding places and stuff, and it's really sturdy, so I'm really glad I kept that and picked it up. Sorry, here's something small from like a alarm system packaging. I can try to use this as a cave, molding a cave. There's a lot of stuff in a few, things in my suitcase, plasticware, a helmet, a safety helmet. But then I found a wetsuit this year in 2020, so this was like a week before Christmas, so I was just thinking of trying to need one in things, and things just turned out to that I found one. If I'm in the fish hobby, I could try to use that. I have some fins already for the feet that are actually in the shed and stuff. I found this neat little heat pad. It's a pretty cheap one, but if you go to CVC, they're always selling stuff expensive for like $20 or something. But you could probably get this for cheap somehow. I got it for free. So that was, I could like hatch 3 cartons of chicken eggs, and I could probably hatch a few eggs with this. I use most of my DIY stuff for good ideas and things, and I store them away and stuff like that. I didn't find this, but even a paintbrush is sitting around to dust off some things. So one of the last few things that I found were, I actually got 2 ladders this year. 2 ladders. I got this coat hanger because this one needs to be fixed a little bit. And while I'm here, I got this old air compressor that I have. It's for bike tires. But yeah, that's another cool tool. And then I have a router table for certain like grooves in wood and things, but I don't know if that works. I also found a table saw with the circling thing, so I want to try to use that. Worst comes to worst, to cut rocks with. But yeah, I found this ladder. Well, this aluminum one first. It's a 2 or 3 step. It's pretty good. And I found a smaller one, 2-step ladder. And this totally works. It could really be fixed up. It's already working, so I found a good working ladder. Just checking dumpster areas and stuff, you might be able to find some really good stuff, and I have found good stuff right next to dumpster areas, like speakers or so it's always cool to look under those things or buy those things. So I haven't showed a lot of my metal sifters that I've gathered and put it in one area. These are really durable and mobile stuff for outdoor stuff, so I could really sift rocks and things and gather nice river stones. So some more DIY stuff that I'm happy to see and have fixed up and around is just a lot of the work that I do in washing plastic. I actually make stuff that's useful and are pretty much ready to be reused into planting plants. So here's my other air compressor. It's a small one. It's for airbrushing though. I don't know if I want to get into airbrushing or not. It looks interesting because I'm working with landscaping and graveling. I have extra paint. I do have a small airbrush kit that's really old and stuff, but it's a good basic startup one, and it was for cheap, so I could try to use this for some air sprays. I might just keep this as is and get another air compressor for the fish room. if I want to breed some fish. I'm not going to really breed that many fish, just what I have at the moment. I'm going to move stuff around, and I want to turn this table so only this 20-gallon long is going to be on this table. I want to turn this table and, you know, just have these ready, the 10-gallon aquariums ready for and the 20 talls ready for a like a rack system, maybe in the shed or something. I could probably, you know, get 20 of each or something, or maybe 20 to 10, well, 20 on the dollar for sales. They don't usually have like hundreds and hundreds of aquariums. They just have maybe 20 aquariums that are for $1 each. I mean, $1 a gallon each. So 20 gallons would be $20, and then times 20, that's only $400 for 20 tall, since I have 2 of them already. And they'll be pretty cold fish and stuff, but you know, if I had 20 tall gallons, I could really like breed goldfish, separate goldfish inside some of the 20 gallons. If I had a lot of aquariums of just one size, I would actually make like a large pond situation as a main. So I'm going to clean this stuff up. I'm actually thinking of using this for those plastic bottles that I just showed you guys. So I put my snails kind of in this. I don't know about snails. The water kind of gets a little too old. I want to try to give them a fresh aquarium. So maybe some snails and wild creek fish would be good. But I'll just have to work on that some more in the 20-gallon. But what I really wanted to, you know, and then try to finish some of my other projects, and I made up another project instead of working on this rock and the base part. This rock kind of inspires me to like carve out as much as I can and try to make a nice sculpture, I guess, out of this that would seem to last a little longer and pretty much keep the rock as you know, in good form. I just need a sander. I would sand off as much of the edge as I could. So I need like a belt sander or a really good you know, situation. I can actually like make steps and things. So but this would be like a small house or something, you know, just hanging off of a cliff, and the rest of this would be like you know, just either small steps or like a cave, like you know, it just depends. But I would have like drills and saw blade, you know, just a die grinder, and then I could you know, it's pretty heavy too, so it's good to take off as much material. But I'm not gonna, well, you know, I may, but yeah, I was going to show you this pond filter as the main video, but I just started showing off a lot of stuff that I got this year. Even this piece of wood, I might, you know, use it for like a more of a wooded planted fish, you know, aquarium and things. But back to you know, just most of my aquariums, they could be turned into other aquariums once I get other aquariums into planted and things like that, and then more fish would really thrive a year or two. So like, maybe that's the thing with the fish hobby is you kind of have a lot of time to enjoy the fish for like maybe 2 to 5 years of just the same aquarium, and you know, so yeah, I made this right here. So it's a really cool thing. I just drilled the first 4 holes in the center, and then I just tried to make straight lines, and then I drilled another 4 and stuff like that. Just made a nice pattern. It's a really small drill bit, and this is going to be used as a filter basically. a pond filter. And what I'm going to do is actually show you most of the materials that I'm going to use for this. I'm going to use a lot of these smooth rocks and things for the bottom part, so that the filter will actually sit on top of some rocks, because I want some rocks first, because I don't want these holes to clog up with the filter and things. So when the rocks go down in there, it's going to be a nice layer of rocks. So I want some good rocks and things. I also need to rinse this off, but that's pretty much most of the pond filter. And this is going to get some good debris out. And then what I want to, when that sits in there on top of some rocks, what I want to do is create a net on the very top, and I have the materials for that. I just need to find a sewing needle and some thread, and I'm going to sew like a mesh on top, which is going to be this t-shirt. I cut the sleeves off and things, and then the bottom of the t-shirt is going to be the top of the filter, and I'm going to just try to sew up even around the, it's really strong material for now. This is going to sit on top, and at the bottom part I have like a shoestring, so which is this right here. I've got the shoestring to help me hold the filter on. It's a really old shoestring, so I always save reusable stuff, and they're pretty cheap and easy to find and or whatnot. But when you put them into a DIY project like a pond filter, these these things are really useful, and they actually finish off as much of the work as you need. So that's pretty much most of the parts that I need for the filter. So I'm just letting this dry for a day, and then I'm going to look for the yarn and thread. So once I get this finished, I could go outdoor and then filter out the pond. So stay updated on that video. A lot of these videos are just pieces to a larger project, which is pretty much this diagram of what I'm drawing for most of my DIY for outdoor stuff. There's going to be a barrel pond, some pot. I'm going to be able to do a lot of planting and the 2-liter bottles and stuff in this area. Back here, I'm just going to leave it as free dirt and stuff. So this is all my soil area. This is kind of my soil area, and there's a wild fish pond right here. And there's more plants over here. I could actually, but in this area, I want to be able to store some pots and plants of trees that are going to grow really tall. So these planters are going to be like individual large pots, if I could get some of those. And then watering this whole area would be pretty easy. Probably once a month I would have to water it, just because they're in their own individual containers or whatnot. But I want to be able to fix bicycles. Basically, bicycles and cars can be fixed in this area. So I wrote down what these areas. I'm gonna write soil right here. Alright, so that's most of my upside DIY for January. I'm going to be working on this project in January 2021. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be, and then I could just stare at this and just think and have another notepad and have jobs and things working within these areas for 2021. I know I should be really fast and get them, but stuff has to develop and grow. But these are pretty much some, and then right here is just actually computer repairs, repairing computers, because this is electronics. Yeah. So they're gonna be pretty good. So that's most of my YouTube's ideas for working at home. I hope you guys have a good year, and I can't wait to just clean things up and show you guys the final result. you know, putting in the barrel and things, and then actually filtering out the water. So I'm going to be relying on this diagram for a lot of my future projects around here, so you guys could have a sense of what's around me and things. And thanks for watching my video. Leave a comment, question, or suggestion. Subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time with my upside DIYs. Have a good day.